guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the look I filmed for you today. It's a really nice plummy smoky eye with a nice intense inner corner highlight. Perfect for Christmas or nights out. I was feeling very festive. You'll notice by the Christmas songs in the background, if you can hear them. I don't know if you can. I hope you guys enjoy the video and let's jump straight into it. Okay, so I've already done most of this eye already, and I've done my brows because I have a tutorial coming up for those as well. I've also applied a thin layer of soft ochre all over my lid, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of the Urban Decay Primer Potion over the top of that with my finger. Okay, so once that is applied, the first shade I'm going to use is this one right here, which is called Buon Fresco, and it's from the Modern Renaissance palette. And we're just going to apply that with a nice fluffy brush. This one is a Zoeva 228, and I'm just applying that right above the crease area. And I'm taking that underneath the eye as well. So once that is nice and blown out, and then taking another brush, and this one is a 221 brush by Zoeva, and another just fluffy blending brush, and I'm just dipping into the Electric palette by Decay, and I'm just touching into this shade right here. You don't want to dip in too hard just because these shadows are like pure pigments, so you're going to get a lot of colour payoff just from tapping it lightly. And we're just going to go right over where we've placed that first shade. Okay, so the next shade I am going to use is this one right here, also from the Modern Renaissance palette, and it's called Love Letter. And I'm taking that on a Morphe E23 brush. And then I'm just placing that right into the crease and blending it upwards. And then I'm just going back in with that first shade just right around the edges. And then I'm going in with a clean brush, and this is just a 227 from Zoeva, and just diffusing those edges. Next I'm taking a Zoeva 224 brush and a little bit of Sketch by MAC, and just again taking a very small amount of that, and I'm just tapping it onto the outer corner and then up towards the crease about a quarter of the way in. And then back in with my E23 from Morphe just to blend all of that together. To mattify the lid, I'm just taking this shade right here, which is called Tempera, also from the Modern Renaissance palette. So then for the waterline, I'm just taking my sketch stick by Illamasqua, and this is the shade Haze. It's just a black one. And then I'm just applying that into the waterline. And then to blend that along the lower lashes, I'm taking my Morphe M559 brush, and it's like this tiny little square. And I'm just running that along my lash line to make sure there's no gaps. And then I'm taking a little bit of that sketch shade on a small pencil brush, and this is the Zoeva 230 brush, and I'm just blending that along where we placed that black pencil. And then I'm taking a different Zoeva 221 brush, it's just another one of those fluffy ones, and a little bit of that pink shade from the Electric palette, and I'm running that right along the bottom lash line again. And then back in with that Love Letter shade, and what I'm going to do is just press that onto the lower lash line. I'm just going to create a thin line across the top lash line, just so our lashes have something to sit on. And then for the inner corner, I want to create this really bright highlight. So I'm just going to take a Morphe E17 brush and then Sex by Illamasqua, which is just a white eyeshadow. And I'm just going to pack that on the inner corner. For the glitter, I'm going to be using MAC's Reflex Gold. I'm going to be sticking that down with the Lit glitter base. So I'm just dipping my brush into the pot of adhesive, and then I'm just going to tap that on my inner corner. And then I'm just taking a small domed brush with the glitter on, and I'm pressing that right over where we placed that adhesive. So now I'm going to move on to my face, and we're going to finish the eyes off after we've done the foundation. Okay, so first I'm going to apply my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And this is just going to help you get a really smooth base. And the foundation I'm using today is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Light Beige. And I usually do about 2 pumps of this on the back of my hand. And then I've already dampened my beauty blender, and I had a little tragedy today. This is my favourite beauty blender, so I'm still going to use it until it breaks off completely. So I'm just going to take that on my beauty blender, and I'm just going to pat that all over my face. Next I'm just going to apply some MAC Prolong underneath my eyes. And then I'm just going to take my beauty blender and blend that in. And then just to highlight, I'm just going to apply a little bit of the Naked Skin concealer over the top of that. And this is the lightest shade they do. I think it's called Fair Neutral. Okay, so before I set that, I'm going to apply my highlight. I'm going to use 2 highlighters today. So I'm going to use my Marc Jacobs Spotlight Glow Stick. And I'm just going to run my beauty blender along that. And then just tap that onto my cheekbones. And this will act as a base for your highlight, and will just make it pop a lot more. And then over the top of that, I'm going to use my Becca and Jacylin Hill Champagne Pop. And I'm just taking that on a Zoeva 129 brush. And because we've laid a cream down first, what I'm going to do is just tap that product over the top. Just to make sure we don't pull any of the product around, and then we're going to sweep. And then I'm just going to apply a little bit of that above my brows. And then I'm going to apply it to the tip of my nose with my finger. So I'm using the Illamasqua Bronzing Duo in Glint and Solar on a Zoeva 101 brush, and I'm just swirling those 2 shades together. And then just applying those to the contours of my face just to warm it up. And then to contour, I am taking my Zoeva 126 brush and my NYX Pro Highlighting Contour Palette, which is looking beaten to shit. And I'm just dipping into these 2 colours here. And I forgot to set my under eyes, so we're going to go back in and we're going to set them. I'm just going to run my beauty blender over them one last time, just to make sure there's no creasing. And then I'm just taking my Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, and I'm just going to quickly bake my under eyes with that. So whilst we are waiting to dust this away, I'm just going to apply mascara to the top lashes. And I'm using the Perversion by Decay, as always. And then I'm just going to apply my lashes. And these are the Lilly Ghalichi Mykonos. Ooh. Okay, so once your lashes are on, we're going to dust away the area that we've baked. So I'm just using that same 126 brush from Zoeva, and I'm just going to lightly sweep that away. Then we're just going to go in with my E23 brush from Morphe and a little bit of that Love Letter shade again. And then I'm going to go in with my brush that's got a little bit of the pink shade from the electric palette left over. That's a lie, I'm going to apply more to the brush. So I'm just dipping into that pink shade, dusting that underneath as well. And then lastly, with the brush that we use for the buon fresco shade, I'm going to go right around the outside. So then for the lips, we're going to take this lip liner by Illamasqua in the shade Woo. And then we are going to go in with a tiny bit of this shade right here, which is called Wanton, and it's by Illamasqua, and it's like a pinky, it's just pink. So I'm going to go over the top with a gloss from NARS, and this one is Chelsea Girl. Okay, so this is the finished makeup look. It's sort of like a glam makeup. I was feeling very festive at the moment, hence the super bright glitter highlight on the inner corner. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll be back really soon with some more videos. Bye guys!